All right, so welcome back to another scene for the Red Branch Nights, where we will set our scene, in fact, on the Sept of the Red Branch, where, by the angle of the sun and the wonderful smells wafting across the Sept, it's dinner time. And few people love dinner time so much as Aruns, meaning that Sean, trudging past on his way to the fire hall, is as good as an alarm clock, really. And as such, Maeve, kind of pokes her head out the door. It does one of those nasty cases of the flailing arms. It's like, hey, Sean, wait for me. And just fucking scampers out because, dinner time. It's the best time. It's one of the best times. There's also lunchtime. It's pretty good. Breakfast is stellar. But now it is dinner.
What I gotta wait for? You're pretty fast.
Well, yeah, but rude. She comes trotting out. Like, how dare you use logic? It's considered polite, Sean.
Not like I shut an elevator door in your face.
Oh, no. Why would you do that to anyone?
People do it all the time.
It's very rude.
It can get very annoying, but I don't think I've seen an elevator around here.
Nope, nope. Seen a really long staircase. Kind of glances over with a little grin.
I mean, even the weird tower's got a staircase, mate.
Well, yeah. Like I said, a really long staircase.
Oh. He just kind of like lumbers down. He's been doing a lot of walking today.
Yeah, Babe just pitter pats alongside. And it's fucking summer, so come hell or high water, unless the ground is on fire or made of spikes, she's barefoot.
Sean is not.
So everything back to normal?
No,
No?
no.
What's up?
I was gone for too long, I guess.
Too long for what?
Things would be the way they were than when I got back.
Well, it's, I guess, not exactly the same, but she kind of rubs the back of her head. At least it's not like the news about everything hadn't hit before you left.
Yeah. Yeah, people had ideas about over there, and over there has plenty of ideas about over here. Just ain't the same.
In a bad way?
I don't know. Honestly, even if I did, we're here. Just like Duncan, it's like, hi! All of these hungry people.
It's been rough, but at least good things are finally happening.
Yeah.
We have a fresh change, which he seems to have been prepared for, so it's not a terrible or thing that he's going to mourn. We have you back, Carol's Cleeth now, and even a proposal. Good things are starting to happen.
Oh, yeah, Oshin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was so afraid somebody did something silly.
Something silly.
Well, I mean, you know how people are. Like, is your whole thing like? Is that like a known thing?
Me and Angela?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it wasn't, of course, some idiot will come trotting up to you.
There's a bit of a smile. You realize they still might, right?
I mean, I feel of the many options that would be available to them to catch the hint, I would be the most merciful.
I do love Angela, and I've talked to her family, but she like leans in, like, hold on, we got to keep this on the super down low. Not enough to use the
Yeah.
link, but enough for the lean in. And Nessa holds the claim, so I'm not sure how to prove myself to someone like Nessa.
Can always fight her.
That I would lose.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm still
Might
trying
impress her.
to might. Or she'll just think I'm stupid. Guess it depends on whether she's judging me for my judgment or for my willingness to go whole hog.
It's called courage, mate.
I mean, it's not courage to do something that's inevitably bad, but it is passionate.
And who are we?
I know.
Exactly. Plus somebody whose heraldry involves like a fuck ton of fire. Just saying.
I'm just trying to decide how to do it. I know I want to. But even then, there's responsibilities. Sooner or later, I'm going to have someone so that I can, do my duty and make more brew.
Nobody wants to talk about that. You don't want to talk about that. I can see it in your face.
She actually isn't as dejected as you might think. It's a shrug. Yeah, I'm more worried about the awkwardness than the prospect, really.
I mean, it only has to be as awkward as you're willing to make it, Maeve. I mean, the other person doesn't even have to be in the room.
It's a glance, like what?
I'm not a doctor. You'd have to go talk to the actual doctor about that.
Oh no, that's not a problem. No, just I imagine there's awkward conversations involved because I mean Angela and I have already talked about it.
And I'm sure she'd be a great co-mother.
Probably,
Well, there you go.
but yeah. No, it wasn't me. It was Una. You haven't met Una and her sister yet, have you?
Probably not, no.
They came with Seamus's sister Eve.
Then I probably just saw him the once.
Probably. Una is very sweet and very into botany. And she will tell you about it for as long as you will smile and listen.
I haven't really full on seen anybody's sister a lot except for Fiona's sister.
Well, you see Eve at the training ground. She's in her room.
All right.
You checked in on Clara?
Yeah.
You okay?
I'm fine.
There's a side glance.
I mean, it's hard to read off of an eye patch, but you're welcome to try.
I will try.
He lets you on his blind side, so there's that. Like,
I mean, that's meaningful and sweet. I will throw my baby dice at it.
there's some dice at the wall.
I will. Fling them. Whole hog.
Hey, wall dice.
I flung pretty good.
They don't want to talk about it.
He's not okay, but he doesn't want to talk about it. You know what? That'll work. So she just nods and God forbid, she just kind of lets it go. She's been getting a lot better.
Good. It's
Mhm.
good.
Zulik taught me the method he's using apparently burns heal really well with fish skin of all things.
Look, I just spent the better part of 20 minutes with the right master digging around in my socket. Okay.
Oh.
I mean, it doesn't hurt. It was for a good purpose. It's just ever since that incident with that box of nerds, I haven't really had anything in there.
Oh God. What?
It sounded like a crackerjack idea when I did it. I thought, I thought everything's all dead and dry in there. I can just put some candy in like a plastic bag and keep it in there in case I get hungry.
Oh no, Sean.
But the problem is that there's a lot of dead space in the box of nerds.
Yeah.
So every step I took, turn my head.
Sean, why would Oh,
It seemed like a good idea at the time.
that's gross.
I mean, I
Just
took
the most like little offended, like, oh, that's gross.
it was in a plastic wrapping. I took it out just fine. There was no goo on it or nothing.
So, you get passed with a clean bill of not putting stuff in your eye socket, I hope?
Yeah, it was fine.
Okay,
Just took a minute is all.
that's good.
Didn't expect like the right master herself to want to be poking around down there, but I mean, what are you gonna say? No.
Not usually.
Exactly.
Well, I'm glad it was her.
I didn't know what to expect, but it was just kind of. I can't exactly say I saw what she did.
John.
Come on, there's no use crying over spilt milk.
No, but that's terrible.
It's a little funny.
It is.
For a while, I thought about like I don't know, getting a glass eye or something, but it creeps the living shit out of me, and the orbital muscles don't work so good no more. It would never like move, right? So no matter what I did, it'd just be fixed there.
Really?
Yeah, pretty much.
I always kind of figured that, like, I don't know. I don't know what I figured, but now that I'm thinking about it really hard, it's gross.
The structure behind what moves a human eye is very complicated, Maeve.
Yeah, I don't know why. I thought that it would, like, just get nudged around because the muscles would still be there or something. And
No, there's all kinds of shit in there that like makes your eye move. Much of which I now lack.
Oh.
Sorry. Killed a big for more. You don't see me crying about it.
You did. Something that took 2 packs to take down the last time, and a massive blessing.
Well, to be fair, I had gravity in 3 stories of rubble.
You did. It turned out it was a very solid tactic.
And easily one of the dumbest things I've ever done in my life.
I'm just glad you walked away from it.
I don't even really remember walking away.
It's okay. I was holding you up. Reach over, give the big shoulder a pat. Like, it's okay, buddy.
Kind of moves one of his braids out of his the other way and scratches his neck, and there's all those little like dove tattoos. Fucking hot out.
Why did you get those?
Oh, back before I left.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like them.
That's why I got him.
A little smile. Not that he can see it, mind you, but no. Just feel the radiation. No. Oh. Oh, I forgot. Um,
What?
you haven't even met Kian yet, have you?
Nope. I
Oh.
have been informed of his presence in the world.
Um, you'll probably soon be informed of his presence in the backlink.
Yeah, I was told he joined.
Yeah.
Something about him being a fancy swordsman.
He's a Magnessa or a Magmara.
I heard.
And yeah, he and I have actually been doing a lot of some missions, some just side tasks together. Get on real well. Gets on with Seamus too. I'm sure you and he'll get along fine. Just and all of the fuss about the first change and everything, I didn't even think to mention.
It got brought up to me.
It did.
Yeah.
Why who?
Paul.
Oh. I didn't even know Paul knew.
Now you know that Paul knew.
I guess I guess anyone could have heard us, so it makes sense. Easy assumption to make.
I mean, especially if you made it a big whoop-de-doo, Maeve.
Well, I mean, we did it out in the middle of the woods at night.
It's pretty easy to spot.
We went well out into the woods.
Easier still.
Little. I mean, her side glances are wasted, but she's doing them anyways out of habit.
Oh, maybe make a big enough fire, and then more than two people get up to hooting. People are gonna notice, especially in the middle of not that.
Yeah, probably.
There you go. Then
Well, it was kind of hoping you'd get a chance to meet him before we all go on this mission, but the way things have been going, you might not.
it's good as is. Hold on, just please don't be peaches. Please don't be peaches. Please don't be fucking peaches. Good, good. Come here, Apple.
Why do you hate canned peaches? What was that?
You ever have too much of something?
Yeah, I guess.
There you go.
Wouldn't a normal peach still be better than canned peaches, or is it just
I
kind of?
don't want to take the risk.
Oh, well, I'm glad it wasn't peaches.
Nope, it was this apple.
Yeah, and she's sidling along with. She's probably just transitioning to Link because with so many people chattering around in the fire hall, you can barely hear yourself think. But at least you can.
My ham is still in good condition.
Mm-hmm.
So I got that finally. Couldn't find no hammers when I was away.
Well, I don't imagine most people leave hammers, especially giant warhammers, just laying around.
Thought I could get my hands on like a claw hammer or a sledge, but nah.
I guess they're one of those things that you feel are really common until you want one and there's not one there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hmm.
I got told you know some things about some stuff. Kind of got the sense you've known for a while.
Some things about some stuff?
Yeah.
I guess it depends on which things and stuff.
Kind of makes a tri-point puncture wound. Just below a rib cage.
He makes up. Wait, what?
You want me to just physically repeat it?
Yeah.
Kind of makes a tri-point puncture wound just below a rib cage.
There's a blank.
Professional shot. Don't like that whatever it was wasn't on my radar before, but it's life.
So wait, what? What happened?
You ain't seen her since?
Um. Oh. Oh, you mean Fiona?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen. I went and talked to her for a little bit. I haven't had many chances, but it was after the attack, not after everything that happened in New York.
What a fucking mess.
Yeah. She hasn't been the same. Neither of them have.
I noticed.
I think yesterday's the first time I've seen her look even a little bit happy since.
Well, not a lot of reasons to be that fucking happy. Why you always top your drink up like they can spill?
What? What? Sit down.
Yeah. I'll leave yourself some room, Maeve.
Sorry, I was thinking. So, what exactly are you asking?
I wasn't. I was just letting you know I'm not going to get upset about it.
Upset?
The way it's been implied to me, you understood some things for a long time. Didn't tell me.
She does finally glance over and around again.
I'm just not going to get pissed off at you about it. That's all.
Did do it to keep you safe, Sean.
Sure you did.
I was scared for you.
Well, one form or the other, we're both in this now.
It's pretty bad, Sean.
You don't say.
I mean, even here, it's pretty bad. The person who did that is still out there.
I believe you. Really do.
I guess this is the part where I have to honestly just ask. I mean, you can hear her shifting even if she's on the blind side, but it's still all in the link. Do you want to maintain plausible deniability? Do you want to have the safety of not being able to answer if someone asks?
What are they going to ask me about?
Depends on who it is. Fiona knows about him. Albert knows about him. But I don't think anyone else knows he's out there besides that pack. I mean, John, he's scary. I don't say that just in a light kind of way.
I can be pretty scary myself.
He's still gonna want to get at Fiona. But you can't try the same thing twice. He's not going to.
Probably not if he has a pack of thugs lurking around somewhere out there.
I don't know that he does. I haven't found any sign of them. I can only ever find signs of him, and he's hard to find himself.
Now it's Worm 4. We're all hungry and bread trash. They'll pop up sooner or later.
That's Wormful.
Yeah.
Aren't they on their way to Tara?
Has anybody seen them in Tara?
No. Last time they were spotted was out in the box, but they're beelining it instead of taking the roads.
Until you see them do something, always assume they're up to something.
We are. But if they disappear in our protectorate, John,
No, we can't actually lay a hand on them unless they do something stupid, I'm well aware.
yeah.
We're gonna leave that alone for now, or at least that's what I would say to do. This ain't exactly my show.
No, but something's going to be done. Just not that. And it may mean that when they do get to Tara, they get thrown out on a whole nother level or brought up on charges.
Well, that's what happens when you threaten someone in their home, Maeve. Oh. So their element.
It's also what happens if you're found holding an item that's a known marker for a house that is thought to have fallen to the worm.
Well, look. We'll get to things when we get there. Got this raid sitting right in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
How many plans have we made just for the key players to die?
Squid?
No more plots and plans until after this raid. We can pick that back up.
I mean, the plan is already there.
Is his heart cut out of his chest?
That's not what the plan is.
Then we won't be done.
This plan was made before the raid was planned, Sean. I'm not trying to distract from what we need to do.
I'm not even technically part of it, Maeve. But I certainly have my own opinions on the matter. I imagine what I do know was more or less given to me out of kindness. What's Seamus been up to in my absence?
Um, Mostly connecting with people, from what I can tell. He's doing some side work with one of the other packs.
The usual then.
They brought me in for part of it. But yeah, the usual. He's doing what Seamus does. But he has been around. And he seems at least committed to trying to communicate better, trying to reach out. He did really well.
Oh, good. I'd hate to be embarrassed by my alpha.
He won't be.
Sean just polishes off whatever he's drinking.
Are you okay with it?
Yeah. By rights, it was gonna be you or him, yeah?
I mean, he was beta.
There you go then. Besides, the look fits.
What do you mean?
It's kind of a little weird, my common ass leading you two around.
Why do you say that?
Because that ain't how things usually go if you haven't noticed.
I don't care how things usually go.
You should. Fiona me.
I understand that things can be completely different than the way we do them, and may even usually be, but we followed you because we wanted to follow you, Sean.
Sean shrugs.
I know everyone expects me to be a leader, but trying to jump into that before I'm ever ready would probably break me against wanting to ever try it again.
You shouldn't give up on things.
I mean, I'm at a loss. I don't. I know I'm supposed to lead, and there are things that I want to make happen, but the prospect of leading people and having them all look to you. It's a lot.
Drive you straight up a wall some days.
Did I drive you straight up a wall?
Some days.
I know I made mixed impressions when I first came in. There's like you can hear a little bit of the kind of like temple rub, like, ooh. And I won't forget that you stood up for me. Thank you.
Gauntlet got tossed. What was I supposed to do?
It still meant a lot to me, even if it seemed like the only thing to do to you.
Some shit you just gotta fight on.
You been sleeping at all?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is he lying?
Probably not. Eventually, the body gets what it wants one way or the other.
Yeah, true.
Like,
True, but potentially not in the volume that it should have or in the way it should. No, no nightmares.
I didn't say that.
Is there anything I can do to help?
They were with me before. Don't see that changing anytime soon, so.
You always had nightmares?
Of course it did.
How do you live with them?
You wake up.
I never really did well with the nightmares. I like poking at her food.
Just eat something skinny.
What?
Don't even gotta see it. Know you're still a beanpole. Eat.
I'm still eating.
Uh-huh. Oh, I hear your fork on your plate. My hearing has gotten rather keen in my old age.
In your old age.
By our own standards, I'm somebody's uncle.
Sean.
Back in my day.
She sits back a bit. Does a little, the little arm thwap. Not even like a real hit, just a dunk.
My then father made us run uphill twice. In the snow. With our bare paws. You kids are lucky that your den father didn't construct large snowballs to roll at you during the endeavor. But I suppose it's how you newfangled children are trained. Ugh.
You're terrible.
Yeah. What Gunderson didn't say is that the core of the snowball was a rock.
Oh, God.
A fucking boulder.
Oh, God.
He's a crazy person.
I mean, my grandfather was a cat of Fenris, but never anything like that.
The Gunderson twins were categorically insane.
Oh, God. No,
They first changed at the same time. At a Denny's.
Oh! Oh, that must have been bad. Oh, that must have been really bad. I'm surprised they both made it.
I mean, the deep fat fryer will probably never be the same again.
I guess not. Oh, God, the worst thing my damn father ever did was still a legitimate punishment. I was just really upset about it. And he still managed to make me laugh afterwards. Even though I was mad.
There was no laughing with the Gundersons.
Oh, he saw I was mad and kept offering me drinks, and the list got so long I finally started giggling. Even though I was mad.
Yeah, when I got mine, it wasn't even intentional. We were just playing around, and then the boulder went over the hill, and I just heard this crunch.
Oh, God.
And the den mother's fucking Ford Mustang was no more.
Oh, no.
A total law. She was just going over to get it. And she looks up, and the first thing she sees is my furry head poking up over the cliff.
Oh, God.
That was a beating of a fucking lifetime.
Wow.
The look on her face. Fucking classic.
What?
Ah, come on. I gotta get something positive out of the whole experience.
I guess so. Just wow.
Well, my cup experience was a rune with an extra helping of a rune, okay?
Yeah, apparently so. Glad my dim father was a Philodox.
Nope, just 2 full moons. Single-handedly closed the Denny's.
Wow.
And the several church groups that had decided to lunch in there. Some table of like 12 stiffed the waiter on the tip, and they just lost their shit. That was that. The last straw.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, if it had been a table of 13, that would have been a real Last Supper.
Sean.
Oh. Everything else has been holding on. I saw the traveler camp set up good. Thailand.
Uh-huh. Yeah, things are getting really hairy, so I talked to Rory.
Haven't properly seen Rory yet.
Hmm?
Haven't properly seen Rory yet.
I'm sure he'd be happy to see you.
I'd appreciate seeing him.
You know, you could use the proposal as an excuse to go visit.
Proposal.
Congratulate them.
Oh, fuck. I keep forgetting that he like did this whole thing with a horse.
Yeah, he did. Look, she actually like digs into her swag and like pulls out one of her notebooks, and she's just got so many sketches. Like for the most part, they're really rough, but it's things like the positioning, and then like details of the tack, and then like just
Partially shaded. I've barely been drawn. You're fully drawn?
yeah, pretty much. It's kind of a mess, but it's enough to get the idea. It's like, yeah, it was something. It was practically something out of a fairy tale. Looked like an illustration from one of my books.
I heard he did in like full plate.
Hmm.
That got my attention, the kneeling in the full plate. That's not an easy task. Getting up from it, even more so.
She kind of grins over. I'm not gonna lie, I hadn't even thought about that, but Una was beside herself.
You know who was
Before
probably
you
behind?
finished
You
getting
know who was
down.
probably beside themselves was the horse because he finally got off.
The horse is pretty mellow. Rory
Horse
looked
is
like he
just
was
trotting
going to
along.
literally overdose on pride, and
Usually there is one Oshin. Now there is the massive 3 Oshins. Father, what have I done to deserve this? Was it the time I broke out of my paddock again like an asshole and ate all the hay? Was it the sugar cubes, Father? What? Finally, he's off my back. I don't know what he's doing over there, but I'm saved.
oh, you should have seen the right master's face, though.
Did he get back on the horse? That would have been the saddest anime death of all.
What? Sean! These horses are trained to carry us in full armor.
I know I'm just being a dick.
You are. Just gives him the little nudge.
Then be sure to use the right brush with Thomas. You kick anybody?
But I don't think so.
Good.
I mean, you're better off asking Daniel. I don't spend
I
as
was
much time
very
in the stable.
agitated when I learned that the whole reason behind the kicking was the wrong brush.
I mean, aren't we supposed to use like a crate comb and 2 different kinds of brushes to get it all out of their fur?
Yeah, but there's a specific stiffness of brush he really hates.
Yeah, but if he doesn't get brushed down, is it going to be filthy?
You can still properly brush him down without using the wrong bristles, Maeve.
I mean, don't the
It's very
stiff bristles,
choosy.
like, aren't they needed to
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
get dirt
there's
out from
stiff
under
and then
his
there's
fur?
there's stiff and then there's too stiff, Maeve.
I was not aware that there was such a delicate difference.
He's an Ardennes. His fur isn't as thick. He's delicate.
Oh, well, little did I know that the massive walrus is delicate. I will keep it in mind.
He's a very sensitive soul, and he has a limited means of expressing himself. He's not Mr. Ed, Maeve.
I mean, she just holds up the hands like, I don't know. I haven't been working with him. I don't know.
I mean, tell me somebody remembered to use the apple honey mix I got.
I still stopped by and gave him treats, Sean.
Okay, good. Doesn't like just the apples. It has to specifically be a red delicious with a very thin coat of honey on the fucking apple meat side.
You're spoiling that horse, Sean.
I love that horse. The horse is my son.
What about you when it comes to duty? Huh?
What about me?
I mean, isn't it all our duties?
Oh, we're back on that topic again?
You said he was your son. It jogged my mind over.
Okay. You really want to go there with me? You ready for this?
Nope.
All right. So then we're going to leave it alone because you said no.
Well, I mean, I'm not ready, but we're here now.
Okay, fine. Here's how it's going to go down. There's probably going to be some poor miss who is partial to me, or at least can put up with my presence. I'm going to say, hey, would you like to take on the burden of this? Knowing full well that I am this other way.
You realize that most consider that to be a blessing, not a burden, John, right?
I don't have any real perspective on this, Maeve. I can't get pregnant.
No, but most kinfolk consider it very favorable.
But regardless,
Okay.
and we're like, all right. So we're just going to shut our eyes and knock this out. And we're going to get dinner.
Well, at least you have a plan.
And, I mean, be a good sport about it. Shake hands after.
Shake it, Sean. You don't shake hands. You can't do something that intimate and then do something that impersonal.
Shaking hands isn't impersonal. You're touching hands.
It's very impersonal.
It is the least impersonal. You're personally touching hands.
Sean, you personally shake hands with all
It
kinds
would-
of people.
It
Don't
would
like.
be impersonal if I did it over Skype, and also difficult for me to conceive.
Sean! You don't shake hands afterwards. You could at least give her a hug. Jeez.
I haven't even met anybody who's like husband material.
I mean, thinks about it.
Carlos is nice, but Carlos is Carlos. Okay, I don't expect him to be who he's not.
Have you ever considered talking to Carlos about what he wants?
I've talked to Carlos on occasion, yeah. Don't usually stay just talking, but
I mean, that's okay. But I find that talking about what you both want helps a lot.
Maeve. Okay, I'm gonna put it this way. When I am with him, he does his utmost to make me feel as though I am the only one. But we both know for a fact that's not true.
Okay.
That's just who he is.
But
Don't go looking for things that ain't there.
you could still ask. You could tell him you're interested.
I'd rather not ruin the good thing, Maeve.
I mean, even if he says that it is exactly what you think, at worst, you're just write about what you already knew, right?
No, when you throw things out in the air like that, it gets different. Like,
Does it?
yeah. Yeah, it does. As you can tell, though we did come to this topic, this is like the furthest thing from my daily thoughts and affirmations, okay?
Yeah, but if you're lonely,
Sure, lonely is the way to put it. I have friends.
well, yeah, I know, but it's nice to know there's someone who cares.
Pat cares.
And you're the one who brought up husband material, which means you're actually
Yeah,
interested in
and you took us to Baby Town. We're just here right now in this unknown land.
Do you want a husband, Sean?
I don't know. I'm barely 21, Maeve.
And
Also,
I'm
fucking
20.
happy birthday to me during that expedition.
Really?
Yup.
Sean! No, that's not enough.
I mean, I lived.
That's not a birthday present, Sean.
It seemed like it at the time, Maeve.
Okay, but now it's not that time anymore.
Pull through this race and get another tattoo.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What you gonna get?
It's a design I ran across. So I want it.
Design you ran across what?
It's a design I ran across in my travels, and I want it.
Well, okay. Can I ask what it is?
It's hard for me to describe. I'm not. You need to grab one of these galliards if you want something poetic, okay?
Well, what's it asking for poetic?
It's like a vine plant thing in my forearm.
Okay. It sounds nice.
Yeah.
You're so defensive.
It's just that Emma's going to be so jealous when I just kind of have it all healed in like 2 minutes.
Emma?
Yeah.
Why would she be jealous?
She's going to have to wait like the whole 2 weeks.
Did
All
she
the
get it
lotion and
too?
what have you. Yeah.
Oh. Can you tell me about Emma?
She's well, Klaus, as you know, is gorgeous. But
Oh, like, oh, fair enough. Got a nod.
I mean, it's good that he is one of Gaia's children, but oh, my heart.
There's the consoling pat, as can only like the little back rub, like, oh, buddy.
At least Star Wars wasn't on. Am I right, Maeve? Empire Strikes Back will never be the same.
That's the reason we don't watch Star Wars in this pack house.
Oh my god. Oh, that would happen during Empire. Anyway, well, he's a tough guy. Was always kind of prepared for this. They always thought he was going to be the one, right? And they were right. Go them. But solid shot. He's always alert. Always doing everything so fucking amazing. Called him Captain America more than once because of it. So,
Really?
dude, he is. I get that he's German, but in a really fucked up way, he is kind of Captain America.
Okay. So besides the Arun skill set,
He's a Galliard, turns out.
I know. I was more looking for how is he as a person, not just what can he do.
Well, he's dutiful. He's reserved. He's eloquent.
All good things.
He's definitely got the whole vibe of. I don't know, how do I put this? It's the way Silverfangs ought to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Emma?
Oh, that sweet summer child.
Really?
Artist. Very, very perceptive. She's a photographer.
Oh,
Very sensitive person. Catches on to more than people give her credit for. Cares a lot.
I just thought.
Just
And I know Klaus is going to be in the middle of everything, and he'll make friends fast. I mean, I'll still reach out, but I don't want Emma to feel like she's getting forgotten.
well, considering I saw her today, I don't feel that she's been forgotten, Maeve.
Well, I'm glad you're still visiting.
I went through a lot together. Those two mean a lot to me.
I'm glad.
Oh, she's good people. It's just kind people don't usually have things too well in this world.
Just give her a chance, Sean. Kind people can weather a lot, as long as they have friends to help them.
Yeah.
She'll be okay. Just gonna need you.
Yeah, they're both accounted for. Trust me on that. Fuck, Ian's still alive. I was so glad.
Oh my god, I didn't check on Ian. The hands like
oh my
you can hear
god, you didn't check on Ian!
Oh my god, Sean, I didn't.
You told me. You told me to my working eye.
Sean, I don't even. You wouldn't even take me over to visit when you were here.
You knew his address. It's in the past. He's fine. Him and Fiona got on shockingly well.
Huh?
Yeah. I originally come down to Brooks Rest to see Fiona, and I said, "Oh, I gotta go check on Ian." And she's like, "I'm coming." And I was like, "I don't know if you want it." And she fixed me with that fucking stare, and I'm like, "All right, we're going."
That stare she does. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the stare she does only got more potent with time.
You know what? I have now been scolded by Fiona, and it is an experience.
It's an experience.
It really is. She got really, really mad when I didn't do anything dumb at all. Starts eating. Realizes that you can tell it's the tone change halfway through the sentence of like didn't do anything dumb.
Yes.
Oh man, this food.
And never there was an incident, just like how that other cub, that young man, totally didn't probably recover a shotgun I lost.
Oh,
Yeah, apparently he's been making all kinds of racket with the damn thing.
I mean, he's been working on it for ages, Sean.
It's
not like nobody knew he was using the set.
I am aware, but there were apparently concerns raised after a few exploits with said shotgun. So I'm just going to leave this.
Back like 2 body links with it.
I'm just going to leave this as a Ship of Theseus incident.
in
Is
which
that
he's
the
he's replaced so many components. Who could say if it ever was originally my gun? It's his gun now.
It is definitely his gun now. You should see it though. It's beautiful. He's done a lot of work on it.
I don't really want to change anything with my pistol. It's sentimental value.
Your pistol.
Yeah, something I picked up.
Okay.
Good piece.
I didn't even think you liked guns.
I have learned an appreciation of firearms in my time.
Hmm.
Obviously, I can't go popping that thing off without consequence in fucking Ireland, but
I don't know. Hmm.
you've only eaten one meat pie, Maeve. You need more meat pies in your life.
John, my stomach only has so much capacity.
Nonsense. It always has more capacity for pies.
No, that's the ice cream stomach, Sean.
Ice cream pies, meals from Mazel.
Could go for ice cream.
Yeah, well, too bad. It's meat pie day, and you don't serve ice cream and meat pies. We ain't got ice cream today.
Well, then I have eaten a meat pie, Sean. What more do you want? These are
Two
full-size
more.
pies.
2 more.
It's not like these are little hand pies.
No, they are face pies, as in you need to put 2 more in your face. You need meat.
Sean, I can only eat so much.
Try better.
I just make myself sick.
You will not make yourself sick. You've got the metabolism of a fucking raging engine.
I also don't shift constantly like you and the others do when you're training.
Full octane, just I need meat pies.
I'll take one back to the dorm with me.
At least,
Because I get
at
hungry
least you got
later.
a little bigger, but
Got a lot heavier. Like scrunchy face.
oh my god, weight is not how body composition works, and you know this.
No.
Yeah, you just got to work your way over to being a brick house.
You know, I'm stronger than I used to be.
Good,
A lot stronger than I used to be.
good.
And I'm
Because the
never
last
gonna
time I had to pull you, it was a very one-sided pulling. I was the side.
You were.
Took a lot of doing.
I bet it did.
Well, I'm glad things are progressing, and glad some stuff's good.
They are, and it is. I've actually started. It's funny that she does the little lean, even though it's pack link. It's just started talking to the warder more too.
Oh shit.
Mhm.
Talked to him one time in my life. Twice, actually.
I mean, I think the first time was at that. It's when we danced, and then I met him in the library in the restricted section. We talked there, and we've just kind of been talking a little bit here and there since.
Well, don't link to me too loudly. We're the force here that you're in the restricted library. It'll be all over your shit.
You know that the Weird of the Forest already have access to the restricted part of the library.
But you might have found something new.
What would I have found that they wouldn't have already seen on the bookshelves?
They will find out in the tower, won't they? The weird tower.
I am sure that Just already knows everything that's in the
You'll have
restricted
to
section of
endure
Mattel
scented
Library.
candles and nice tea, Maeve.
That'd be really nice, actually.
And cookies.
It would actually be really nice.
Of course it would. They're lovely people.
They are.
Oh my god, do you remember when their Philodox forced Shayna to vomit?
Force Shanna to what?
Forced Shayna to fucking puke all over the... Oh my god. I tried not to laugh, but I did. Fuck should go anyway.
Shayna?
Yeah.
She left a while ago. I think she was supposed to be going back to Tara.
Huh. Alright.
Yeah, I heard she was going back there.
Oh well.
I mean, I haven't heard from her since, but
Tell me about the girl Carol nearly brained. This made me chuckle hearing about this.
no. John, I feel bad telling you because I promised we'd give her a second chance.
Well, I didn't even get to see the first thing. The way it got told to me, she went full thumbs in the eyes. I was like,
Yeah.
knowing Carol, I was expecting her, and then she smashed her head in like this.
She can hear her rubbing her face even on the blind side. Just oh god. So
That happened in this book I read.
so what had happened is
Splatted.
Carol is just really driven. So I was talking to Kira and I was like, if you get a chance, would you spar with her? Because I'm sure she'd appreciate the chance to fight new and different people because different fighting styles. And, I thought it would be nice for Carol. And so right then she goes off and she finds Carol and offers to spar her. And I ended up coming along, but apparently Carol wasn't supposed to use weapons when she fights. I guess, Father's
Oh.
orders,
I wonder why.
And Kira used a weapon anyways, fighting a cub that had to fight unarmed.
What a fucking dick.
And Carol won. And, she got worked up and got her down and gave her the opportunity to honorably surrender. And she didn't. And Carol kind of lost it. And when I say kind of lost it, I mean Carol completely fucking lost it. And at first I thought she was just, trying to get... No, she wasn't just trying to get a surrender. She was actually going to kill her, and I had to jump in and take Labro and pull her off.
So
I had to literally
when you
pry
don't
her
surrender.
off. Sean, I was scared she was going to frenzy. And she almost killed that girl. Just because she's too vain to surrender.
That happens.
She's in a rune.
Shouldn't poke the fucking bear like that.
She should have known better.
Maeve.
Just rubs her face some more, like, oh, why?
Those rules get hard coded for a reason. Don't
I
follow
know.
them. Bad shit happens.
I know. I saw in real time and had to pull Carol off and get her to go on a run or just anything to work it off. But Shauna, if I hadn't been there, she would have killed her.
Probably. Don't fuck with children in matcha like that.
No, you don't. She said she was trying to, I don't know. I think she said something about like she wanted the Morgan to see, and I was like, that's not matcha, that's Carol. Just because there's a tie between the spirit doesn't mean they are that spirit or that the spirit's always watching. I'm related to the moon. Do you think Luna is constantly watching everything that goes on around me and reacting to it?
You in particular, no. But I'm sure the moon has seen many things.
I am sure Luna has seen many things, but talking to me isn't talking to Luna. Proving something to me isn't proving something to Luna. And Luna is so big and has so many concerns that aren't me. And I'm okay with that, but it was the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. But since then, she has gone on missions with us, and Gaia helped me. She really pulled through for Kian and me. So I promised to give her another chance.
Well, okay.
She did us a real solid.
In what way?
Oh God. You done eating?
Never.
The fucking look, just like, oh, great. Okay, we'll talk about it here then. In the link. Always in the
Yeah,
link.
we've been in the link this entire time, Mavelis.
We have. So
We've just been pensively staring at each other, and all the others look at us like, what could they possibly be talking about? And then they'll have their own theories, many of which are centered around when I'll just finally come out of the closet. But I'm saving that for a special day.
oh my God, Sean.
I'm gonna have an outfit and everything.
Oh, an outfit? Is it,
If you're
does
gonna
that
make it a
call
show,
it
make
an
it a fucking show, Maeve.
Does that make it a coming outfit?
Just
Lean
gently pats
slowly
Maeve's back.
away.
Just
Like,
gently pats Maeve's back like,
it sounded a lot funnier in my head.
many things like that do.
And I'll BRB really fast. Sorry.
Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Actually, there's only really one song you can use for this. Ba da 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 da. Ba da 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 da. Ba da 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 da. Da 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 da. Ba da 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 da. Oh boy. There's a certain other scene I ran long ago where I filled in over an hour's worth of dead air. It's like a dry run for a podcast.
That has to have been the most awarding AFK I've ever had. What the shit? So John, you know how some people are very connected to their family lines?
Yeah.
Well, Kian's one of those.
Okay.
Okay. You know what? Because you should be aware, just in case it happens again. You're not only connected to the ones in the homelands.
Then you?
I mean, you know about the history of the McNamara.
Oh, are you fucking with me right now?
It was. We went back to the castle. I needed to make a talon, and it requires that it be made from a bane. I needed to bind one. And he reached out looking for information that could help us, and
Found Satan.
I didn't even realize for the longest time it was subtle. I just thought Kian was out of sorts being in that castle for the first time since he'd come back. But no, he was wearing his skin. He was actually him.
Who else knows about this?
Kira,
Uh-huh.
who, even though he stabbed her completely through is keeping this secret for us.
Elf.
That's it. It was just me and Gian and Kira. It was a very small mission. It was just to get one spirit.
Does Seamus know?
I told Seamus before we let Gian in.
Okay.
So yes, I didn't want to keep that secret. I actually told him right before I asked if we could bring him to the pack.
Like, this is...
It's preventable.
Yeah, but like... Okay, so... I'm gonna put things to you, like, on levels, okay? Maeve, you ready for levels?
Considering that this was right after Christopher and Rory had their honestly very sporting fight, so that Christopher had a chance to prove he was exactly everything he stood for, it couldn't get out, John.
Here are the levels. Level... Okay, so here in the bottom zone. Petty things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one time... I nearly crashed the SEP's only computer trying to play my stupid Japanese game. As it turns out, there was a formatting issue. It didn't go well. Danny yelled at me.
Okay.
But then we swore to never reveal that I nearly did that.
Okay.
So that's like the bottom rung, because ultimately it's a computer. You know?
Sean, I know how bad it is.
No, I'm not done.
Okay.
Now, in the medium weight is like, you know how there are all these noble families here?
Yeah.
So sneaking around and Osei fucking somebody's, like, heiress daughter on the sly in the most tawdry of ways. It's like medium weight. Depending on how you go about it, you could really get slapped in the dick for that.
Okay.
Like, really fucking badly.
Yeah, I know, Sean.
And then we have this, which is...
Practically apocalyptic, I know.
Yeah. We're beyond the Godzilla threshold, Maeve.
Sean, it's entirely preventable. He just didn't know what he was doing. I have learned since, and I have taught him. He won't have it happen again. We were just in a place that resonated very, very strongly with that particular person when he reached out. Of course, that was the person who took his hand. We won't do that again.
So what was it like talking to the devil?
I just thought Kian was out of sorts and angry being in a place that his family had been hurt like that. He was rude. He was demanding. He was harsh. But he didn't do anything flagrant enough for me to know. Not until the end, when Kian got control back. He stabbed Kira all the way through. In one side, out the other. I was binding the spirit when it happened, and I just heard the noise. And when I came back in, Kira was laid in a puddle of her own blood, and Kian had backed away and dropped his sword. And he was completely shaken. She was dying. I put her back together, and we talked, and she's agreed not to say anything about it. Because nobody can ever find out, Sean.
I'm well fucking aware.
Okay.
My head is full of terrible things, Maeve.
All right. Well, now you know that is the worst possible thing that can happen. But it won't happen.
I believe in you. I definitely believe in this kid. Are we so sure that the same person who nearly got fucking the red vipered?
She hasn't said anything yet, and she's had the opportunity. She could have gone to the wormful. She could have gone to anyone. She hasn't yet. she's actually come to me and seems to have really come around. She follows Brigid. Might even have a tie to Brigid. And she has only spoken to me since to ask for help in crafting things that Brigid would approve of. She's completely dropped it.
Good. Because
I
I
fig-
did not rip a man's throat out with my teeth just to go down over something like this.
We won't. He won't.
And
What a great time to come in, Heather.
yeah,
and the
this seems
to each other, exchanging the glances so they're having some sort of unspoken conversation. But hey, it's meat pie day.
yeah, this seems like the perfect time for Kira to come up with her backpack slung over one shoulder and
Oh,
a tray
sexy
of
teen
meat
murder
pie.
high school style.
and just plop down next to Maeve, and I mean, they're still making the stairs. It's like, okay, cool. I haven't met this guy, but yeah, whatever. I haven't met everybody. You know,
It's terrible for your back.
what?
Try to single strap it like you're in the senior year. It's terrible for your back.
Just a glance up and the cough of oh god, my food. She proceeds to start chugging water just to try to clear her throat out. Does the
You put unnecessary stress on the discs in your lumbar. You won't be able to sit right again.
Sean, she's in her own. I think she can handle it.
Look, that shit adds up.
You carry a giant sledgehammer everywhere.
In both hands, evenly balanced.
I appreciate the concern, sir.
Oh, sir. My kinfolk. Leans in.
I
Do you
are
think
you?
I'm pretty?
I don't know. You. I mean,
It looks like she's literally dying inside.
like Kira, Sean, you will see Kira turn about 6 different shades of red and just Kira Finnerty. Full moon, Cleith, daughter of Stag.
And I'm also
Nice
a brew.
to
Let's
meet
sit
you.
down and have a chat about your heresy. Nah, I'm fucking with you. Sean Houlihan, otherwise known as Boar's Hammer, foster and Orun of the nation and a proud member of the Fianna tribe. Good to meet you. Good to meet you.
And yeah, there's it's the automatic, head tilt. Apologies, Raya. I
Didn't know. It's awkward when it happens, especially in such a lively social situation. I made the same mistake. I'm not going to get on your balls about it.
much appreciated. You said you're known as Boar's Hammer.
Yeah,
Or
because I follow Boar and I kill people with a hammer.
I was going to ask if you were the member of Maeve's pack I'd heard about but had yet to meet.
Unless something drastic changed. Maybe does something drastic change?
No, not that I know of.
Then indeed I am.
Oh, in that case, it's a pleasure to finally meet you. I think I know everyone in the pack now.
That's good. Unless we have like a 5th ranger. Maybe we have a 5th ranger.
No,
The Green
just
Rangering it.
No, we just have 4.
Alright, good.
And Maeve, Kira will reach into the backpack and pull out, that little plastic jar. She's put the markings you sketched for her on the lid.
Snag it.
If I should put them in different places, just let me know.
She actually just reaches into her swag like elbow deep. There's that pen. And thankfully, while she may not have craftsmanship in the traditional sense, she can draw. So she just kind of like goes over the lines a little bit, like, okay, we'll just do this, and gets completely caught up doodling on a plastic container.
Sean just watches this go down. It's like prime Theurging. No idea what's going on.
Yeah.
That thing could have like a deer's heart or some Hello Kitty charms.
It's an like, for Sean's benefit. It's an empty plastic container, like many of the ones Maeve carries, but it has with a one of those like silver Sharpie markers. Some glyphs have been drawn on the lid.
It's you know what, for Sean's easy reference, it's one of the containers like she puts your pack war paint in that she hand makes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's an empty one that's been drawn on the top, and she's taking a pen and like scribbling around to fiddle the lines a little bit, get everything like tidy and pretty. And finally does hand it back over, like, that should work great. I actually just made a fresh batch.
Oh, wonderful. We'll have something to test it with.
Mhm.
This is going to take days. Probably a week minimum.
That is totally fine. I will probably need to make another batch anyways now that Sean's home. Like, gives him the little pat on the shoulder, like, aw.
Hooray.
I did mix up the remainders of the last batch into the new one just to make sure you were still a part of it, but it'd probably be better to make another soon. But this will work for the mission we're about to go on.
What is that?
Ah, yes. The mission. Kira digs into the meat pie. You guys do much scouting out in that area before?
I've done some work out on the cliffs, yeah. There was some pretty nasty stuff going up there not too long back. Pardon to Sean is AFK.
Well, I guess we know part of why now, maybe?
Maybe? I don't know. I didn't think they were connected, but it does make sense that if there are tunnels and caves that connect to the cliff sides, that they'd make use of them, so... Of course they would.
Even if the two incidents aren't connected, the fact that nasty shit was happening there does kind of make sense that they would move in.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the kind of thing that attracts them, or maybe they feed off of. I don't know.
I mean, at the very least, a place that's already tainted would be just as attractive to one as the other. Whichever one did start there.
I don't pretend to know how all that works. I just kill it.
Sometimes the devil's in the details, turns out.
You know, like, I understand. Basically, the tainted things are attracted to tainted places.
Very true.
And I mean, maybe when I get higher rank, I need to know more. But right now, she gives a shrug.
I figure even when you do get higher rank, it's pretty much the difference of whether a place is tainted enough to attract more or generate its own.
Either way, it's got to be cleansed, and that can change the mission parameters. And, well, that's stuff I'll learn as I move up to a place where I'm the one giving the orders instead of the one just executing them. Oh, and the mock-up I'm making, I'm going to be using birch for that. If oak, or at least for the first one, oak we'd have to go out and source, and that's something we should probably do together. I don't think we'd have time to go out and do it before the mission, but after, I would like to make some time for that.
At least for a mock-up, whatever is available and free for use is fine. It's at least something that gives you something to practice on.
Birch is close enough, at least in terms of the composition of the wood, that shouldn't be too much different working with oak. But if oak would work better, well, I think we'll find out once we get
Wobbly.
a batch in a birch one.
You got garbled partway through your sentence.
Oh. Is this better?
Yes.
And, if oak would work better than birch, then I think we'd know once we get a batch in.
I mean, to be honest, I don't know anything about the properties and the textures. I'm just using the knowledge I have, which is mostly the meaning and intention. So it'll be an interesting middle ground to try to hit.
I understand some of that. Like, at least in terms of what the sacred woods are and what, spirits.
Oop,
Fine.
I got garbled again.
I understand some of that, at least in which woods are sacred and why.
You're still garbled.
Let me plug in.
Yeah, it sounds like you may hit that
makes it-
point.
Yeah.
It's just being belligerent now.
Okay, am I clear now?
Yes.
All right. I understand the meaning and intent, at least in terms of which woods are sacred and the fact that that makes them more appealing to certain spirits.
Mhm.
But I couldn't tell you what spirit would find what sacred wood appealing.
It's all about kind of matching the meanings. But that's okay. That's what I'm here for. To make it really difficult by saying this wood is totally better when it is absolutely wrong for the project you're trying to do. That's my job. It's not. Like, I know that's what's going to happen. It's fine. I accept my role. She will turn a glance to Sean, because she is tied very closely to Brickhead. I am helping Kira out with learning how to synchronize spiritual meaning with her actual craftsmanship, and in exchange, she's helping make us a couple things to house the demons and make them more effective.
Riveting.
I'm sorry, that was the most Arone answer I've ever heard in my life, and I can't cope. Oh, that was so perfect. His face, just like, oh.
Kira gives Sean a grin. Yeah, about as riveting as a poem about these meat pies.
Look, I ain't got nothing against this. For a purpose, it just ain't quite my bailiwick.
And you know what? That's fine.
Oh. Wow, Sean. I'm not mad, but wow.
Look, man, I've had to literally pull you off of like the please don't touch that game. So
I am learning very quickly about how serious the Please Don't Touch That game is. Yep. There's more like fork poking plate noises. Like, eh. Yeah, I think Kara was there for that too.
Once.
Yeah, the time that counted.
Mm-hmm. That was
Yeah, that's when Fiona scolded me.
how do I want to put this? As a Theurge and as my Raya, I understand that sometimes you may need to pick things up in order to examine them. And being a Theurge, you may be more susceptible to echoes that these certain things leave behind. But speaking as an Arun, it is really freaking terrifying because how am I supposed to protect you when you go around touching things that pull you off into a completely different time and place? Without me.
I think more in for purposes like things that, you know, you touch them and suddenly you fucking arterially spurt blood from every orifice in your body. Start like straight sweating blood. Just suddenly, aha, I am bleeding everywhere. Yeah, it's the whole, yeah, I had to stay in the Lunar Gardens for a little bit after that one.
I can only imagine why.
I did kind of bleed from my everywhere.
Yep, you described that.
Yeah. Yeah, I probably should have known better, but it seemed really important. Especially with the other things we found, it seemed really important.
You know, Maeve,
Hmm?
have you considered a pair of sturdy work gloves?
Touching it was the point. Admittedly, if I had seen what I was touching that time, I wouldn't have, but usually touching it's the point.
Just
That one was a bit of a nasty surprise, and I found it with my hands and not my eyes, and, you know, maybe gloves isn't the worst idea.
got an extra pair somewhere, probably in my toolbox.
I mean, I don't need big construction gloves. It's just the touching. I'm pretty sure anything would do as long as it covered my skin.
Kira gives a shrug.
Yeah, it's normally I want to see what something has to show me because a lot of times it's given me information we needed. But if I'd known what that was, I wouldn't have touched it. And in the link, it's just, you know how the Blood Queen wears a necklace?
Yes, I'm familiar.
She at some point traded out for a new one, and I found the old one under a pile of papers with my hand.
Smalls, you kill me.
I didn't do it on purpose. I couldn't see it.
Still, internally, I weep.
The creepy thing is she talked to me through it and she wanted it back.
Ah,
Yeah. Bad day. She didn't like it when I told her no. That's why I started bleeding.
I see.
Brief pack link exchange. Like, yeah, I did it. Might be. But on the bright side, lesson learned. Mostly.
Good. Good. This progress.
Yeah. I just need to figure out what to do with what we made while we were there. Well, not there, but
Yeah, I remember you told me about it.
yeah. It'll help a lot. I just don't know whether it's something that we use on this mission. If so, I only have the one. Can't help everyone if I can only use it in one place.
We'll just have to figure that out when we get to it, Myth.
Yeah, there's a head bubble. But yeah. So that happened.
All right. Is there anything else you're gonna need for tomorrow?
No, just we'll do whatever we individually do to prepare, and then I'll probably give us a war paint before we go. Just make enough time for me to paint you before we leave.
Don't worry, I'll make time. But I've eaten 4 meat pies on this day, and now it is time to sleep the sleep of the just.
All right, John.
And he gets up and kind of ruffles her hair.
She still has only eaten one meat pie.
Some hills are just not the hill to die on.
Good night, John.
I may.
She'll let him toddle off. Glance back over to Kira. How about you?
Me?
Yeah. Big mission tomorrow. You ready?
About as ready as I can be. I mean, I imagine you know how it is. There's so much time only so much time you can put into getting yourself prepared and making sure you're ready, and you got everything you want to get taken care of before you go. And then it's just the waiting.
Yeah. Well, I do still have an armor talent I can use for you. There's that.
Oh, that'd be wonderful.
Yeah, I imagine you'll probably get set with us again. They tend to keep the patterns at work.
Mm-hmm. I should talk to someone about getting my own set of armor.
Definitely have their place. Admittedly, in the tunnels, lowered movement may be a bad thing, so.
But I guess this is going to be the time where we see how much all the training I've been doing has paid off.
Yeah. I will. Just follow directions closely. Be mindful. Especially when we get in there. It's not gonna be nice.
Yeah, I'd heard things about the illusions they can pull on people.
Yep.
I don't want to. I don't want to know what they try to pull on me.
Nothing good.
That's for sure.
Yeah, there's just the bob of like, yep. Well, make sure that you visit the shrines you want to visit, either tonight or in the morning.
I will. Might spend some time in the Lunar Garden tonight.
The Lunar Garden?
It's it's quiet there, peaceful.
Just
I
be mindful.
find it. She nods.
They do still have kinfolk being treated there.
I know. I figured I'd tuck myself away on one of the benches and. Oh, if I don't work on one of my little carvings, maybe work on sanding one of them. Just, you know, do things that help me stay calm and focused instead of getting all hopped up and susceptible to making mistakes.
All right.
What about you?
Hmm?
I mean, I'm sure you're going to be busy. But,
I'll be trying to stop off to talk to Daniel if I'm lucky tonight, and doing my best to ensure one way or another that I get plenty of sleep, and then getting up in the morning, doing my duties, doing prayers, and painting up all of my pack, making sure that we have everything we could possibly need. God forbid if I'm low on guy's breaths, I'll have to make some quickly beforehand.
what prayers?
Mostly to Stag.
Kira nods because, yep. Yeah. Yeah. It makes sense Stag would be who we'd pray to. Or
Yeah.
who Maeve would pray to.
Mostly to Stag. I can't help but kind of utter prayers to Gaia or Luna as sees fit, but probably go visit the Shrine to Stag. And, truth be told, maybe a bird matcha. This isn't going to be complex, it's going to be very straightforward. And matcha is warm.
She is.
All things considered, I will probably speak to her and offer to commit my kills in her name. It's never bad to curry the favor of a spirit.
No, it isn't. They are. I guess I wouldn't say they are like our kin after all, but they are. They are as much our ally and our friends as Alkai things are.
Hmm?
Maybe more so.
Consider doing the same yourself, or if you want to very much please the Children of the Oak, maybe offer to commit your kills to Hearn. We are, after all, hunting under a huntsman.
That is who I was going to say. She gives a little smile to Maeve.
But with that, I should probably get to it. Otherwise, I won't sleep at all.
I will go after I finish my meal. There's some very pie up there. It looks really good. Just the right thing all of these meatballs with.
All right. Well, I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Oh, well, that she'll get up and make sure she takes the tray and whatnot over to where they're meant to be taken. She'll be the good girl. And with a bit of a wave, she'll go ahead and trot off. Good, unless anyone else would like to do anything else. Well, then I will call it there.